G'day, folks. Just give me 1 second while I just bring in a few. Hey, puppy, welcome aboard. Um, my God, that Us and More group. Oh my goodness, I'm still trying to recover from that. Don't know if anybody else is, but I am. Sheesh, that was hard. That was real hard. I'll just wait until the rest of the crew come on in, and we'll see who's there. It looks like we've got a couple of people waiting in the background, so we'll bring them on board so that you can get to meet them while the chat all comes on up. Before I do that, I just need to make sure that my special link is happening, so I'm on the right channel so that I can actually follow where I'm at and what I'm talking about. Where are we? Take to live now. There we go. So I'm in the quiet state, so excellent. All right. First things first. Who's in the chat? We've got Puppy, we've got Sailing Away with TNK, we've got Dewey Ski, we've got, we had Ilana Cantor on the other group, but hopefully she'll come across. Daniel Fields, welcome aboard, Daniel. Hey, Danny from Griswold's, welcome aboard. And okay, so let me bring a couple in. First, I'm going to bring in the Mad Bunch at Midlife Crazy. How are you guys?
Hey, everybody.
Good. How are you?
Trying to recover from that last live stream that was on earlier on. Oh, my goodness me.
We're calling it the pineapple stream.
Oh, I can stay that way for the moment, let me tell you. Hey, Larry, don't be confused. You'll understand why shortly. And Nautical Nancy, welcome aboard. Welcome on board. Nice to see you. Guys, we're sharing the screen today with another couple who I'm going to bring on board. This couple, Q's Cruises, how are you guys?
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome aboard, welcome aboard. Hey, folks, just to give you all a heads up, I'm traveling solo today. The boss, she who must be obeyed, the magical person in my life has unfortunately had a bit of a back strain issue. She was struggling to get out of the waterbed. So, she was coming home from work and as she walked down the stairs, she pinched her back. So she's in excruciating pain. So I'm going to be traveling solo for the hour. So, guys, let's have some fun today.
And you're not solo. We're here.
I know that makes it all better. I'm definitely not getting that Us and More group in here because you never know what.
Oh, not Heather.
No.
Not Heather. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually want to get that Kayla at Sailing Away and teach her when not to have any alcohol. No, that's okay. Folks, you're here on board. We've got you here for a reason. We wanted to introduce all of you to the crew because you are our partner crew, our partner channels. And so to introduce to the Aussie crew and the Kiwi crew what a partner channel does and how they act, I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions and hopefully we'll have a good time together. Before we do that, let me just go back into the chat because we've got a couple of other new ones here. Us and More, come on board. Behave, Heather, behave. We've got
Ed McNaughty's not here, Heather.
Yeah, no, he's not.
He couldn't make it tonight.
And if Listex comes on board, I'm turfing him out straight away. Dewey is here. We've got MGM here. Oh, we've got Najuma Brown here as well. G'day, welcome on board. Jonathan Short's here. Yeah, Jonathan, seeing as the last discussion you had with Us and More, I think we'll just keep this clean. Thank you very much. It is daytime here, you know, guys. It is brunch.
Okay.
It's still daytime here, too.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so first things first. Midlife Crazy. Kim and Brad.
Yeah.
Tell us the story.
Oh, ours is a long story, so be specific.
The story. What story do you want to hear? We got a lot of them.
Okay.
The vlogging story.
When did you guys first start cruising?
Oh, that's a two-parter.
That's a two-parter. I've been cruising for a long time, like 1992.
Yes, a long time.
1992, and then we could tell you our whole story. But long story short, we were high school sweethearts, got married twice, and came back together and got married 30 years later. So that's the short story.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
So,
I started cruising in 2013 because we got engaged on my very first cruise.
Oh, wow. And what was your first cruise?
My first cruise, it was the Carnival. It was a Carnival ship. I think it was the Freedom. Yes.
It was the Carnival Freedom. My first cruise goes all the way back to the Carnival Jubilee.
Jeez, I've never even heard of that name.
Yeah, exactly. It's gone. It's long gone. So.
All right. Q's Cruises. I'll ask you guys the same questions. What was your first cruise?
It was Princess Star. I can tell you that. I couldn't tell you when it was, though.
I think it was 2009.
2009. There you go.
Yeah.
So with us, we've got Sarah and Bob from the Q's Cruises. It's hard to get your tongue around that word Q's. Like, we don't have Syracuse.
It's cute.
Cuse.
Yeah.
Cuse.
It happened to be our September Creators of the Month, by the way. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Congrats.
That's right.
That's awesome. So it's good that you guys know each other, and I thought it was great that, and that's one of the things I love about this medium is the fact that you meet people from all around the world, and hey, it takes you ages to figure out that the guy lives right 3 doors down the road from you, but it kind of feels that you all live right like 3 doors down the road because of all the way the camaraderie of the channel works.
It's funny, Sean, because we didn't know it, but we have fellow cruisers and one of our subscribers
who's actually in
the chat right now, Daniel Fields. They live literally 10
down
minutes down the street from us, 10 minutes away.
And we found him by doing this medium.
They found us. We found them.
Yeah.
So we've become real close friends with them.
Nobody lives close to us.
Yeah.
Nobody's here.
Well, we can fix that.
Jenner's Patters she used to be from here, but
she's
she
about
now
45 minutes away.
Yeah, now she's in Florida. Yeah.
So, Q's, how did you guys get involved into cruising?
EECC. We watched one of their videos because we were going on a cruise and we wanted to know about the ship. I think it was a new ship that we hadn't been on. And I don't know, we just kind of fell in love with the whole thing. And then we started following Lolita Loca and Kara and Nate. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. They're not, I mean, they do cruising, but they travel the world. And then, just kind of evolved from there. And we just started following all of you guys and we just kind of fell in love with it.
So how many of you guys actually had anything to do with Sherry Cruise Tips TV?
I used to watch her a lot before we started our channel. I did. We actually used to watch, was it Cruising with Wheels too? I don't know if anybody's ever seen them, but they're hilarious.
They're fun. If you guys haven't seen Cruise with Wheels, go check them out.
And those are the first two that we really started watching. And we started actually watching Lolita Loca when they just first started. So that's kind of what got us thinking about doing this.
It's amazing how one
Sean
thing.
and Steph was the other couple. Sorry, Sean and Steph too. They're.
Yep. Yeah, that's.
We like them.
That's all. It's a shame about Sean. Hopefully he feels okay.
Him and Mr. Boy. Oh my god.
Yeah. And the cruisathons have been the things that have been huge for us because that's given us an opportunity to meet some of you other channels and so become part of this partnership process. And I think that's quite awesome. I'm just going to run back into the chat for a minute.
Sure.
We've had a couple of new people come on board. Blaine from Really Creative. He's on board.
Oh, hi, Blaine.
Yeah. I saw another name, another regular of ours. I'll get down to that in a minute. Jonathan is saying that 2015 on the Carnival Fantasy out of Charleston was their first cruise. The second cruise was on the Carnival Dream out of New Orleans. And they were supposed to go on the Sunshine this year, but that didn't happen. Yeah, there's a few not nice things happening.
Nothing happened this year. Well, a few up until about February did. But
well, I've actually decided to turn 2020 into Deck 13.
Non-existent.
Pretty much.
I did see someone else. I just need to just quickly float up into the chat there for a second. There's a regular of ours, Philip. Welcome on board, Philip. Nice to see you. Philip's one of the token Aussies along with me and a couple of others.
How are you, Philip?
Okay, let's see who else has got a comment there. Daniel says did not start on YouTube, but mostly on podcasts for cruising. That's awesome.
Yeah, Daniel's talked a lot about podcasts, and he says that we really need to take a look at that. So Brad and I have talked about that. We're gonna have to take a look at that.
Yeah, I'm too much of a showman. I'd much rather get my feet out there.
Yes.
Blaine was saying he watches and talks to Sherry often. She's awesome. Also, he's also a mod with Cruising for Wheels. They're great.
Yeah.
It's amazing how Blaine gets around. Every time
Blaine is such a huge supporter of this community. If it weren't for Blaine, we wouldn't be doing our lives. So
correct.
It's all Blaine's fault. That's what we like to say.
Yeah,
Blaine's responsible for our
fault.
despicable, degenerate show that we do on Sundays. It's all Blaine's fault.
Yeah, and I believe he's also responsible for the trivia night as well.
Oh,
Yes.
Twisted Trivia. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, too much
We
fun.
just got pulled into Twisted Trivia, so
Yeah. Heather at Us and More is just reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up. So that would be awesome. Actually, folks, it looks like we've got a good 25 watching, so that's awesome.
Nice.
We wouldn't mind having the same number of thumbs up. That would be great.
Come on, you guys, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, go on.
Otherwise, Stud McNaughty's coming on. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just, for the moment, I'm going to ignore something here. But first of all, Philip says, hi all, just doing a bit of work at home, listening though. That's great. All right, I'll better bring him up. I didn't want to.
Oh, our friend's here.
I didn't
Oh, idea. Great idea, TJ. I mean, Lessex.
I mean, Lessex.
Lessex.
I thought Lessex had been kicked out of the house. I thought there was Lessex too, which was...
He's living in the attic. That's where he's living. He's living in their attic.
Guys accused, you don't know what you're in for with Lessex, let me tell you. McNaughty's one thing, but Lessex, oh my God.
do you want to tell them who you became yesterday? Your alternate ego?
Yeah.
No?
Yes, Bob, do tell.
Come on, Bob. What's up?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Bob,
Come
we're
on.
all friends. Come on.
Tell them
What? Why are you
about
blushing?
Dud McNaughty.
Stud McNaughty, the long lost brother of Stud McNaughty.
The long lost brother.
He was out last night.
He was out last night. It didn't go well.
Oh my God! Now we're heading down into degenerates territory.
We're getting into midlife crazy territory now. Be careful.
Yeah, that's right.
Nancy's
But
like,
it is after 10 p.m. on the West Coast, on the East Coast, so we're probably safe.
Nurse Nancy, man, she's giving it to Stud McNaughty. She's calling him Dud. Secretly, though, she does like him.
You know who this is? This is Heather.
Oh, Heather loves Stud
Oh, yeah.
McNaughty.
Bob, 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 Bob.
Blaine has returned the favor.
You would have to.
Thanks, but I owe it all to you guys at Life is Good Today. What an awesome community as well, because they made a comment. It's a bit too far up for me to actually have a look. I'm not going to talk about Le Sex. Le Sex can just go somewhere else for the moment. Daniel, thank you for retracting it. That was greatly appreciated.
Oh, is Daniel mod tonight?
No, there's only 2 mods right now, and Daniel's not one of them. But I'm glad he actually did retract it for me. The traveling shorts say Sarah and Bob. They're sorry.
It's okay. He's going to change his name to Robert. No more Bob.
Yeah, Sean, I think we should congratulate Shauna and Jonathan Short. They started their channel, the 6 Traveling Shorts.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And we have something very special for them on Sunday.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Just saying.
What I'm going to ask is anybody who's a creator right now, just jump your hashtag creator on the chat so that we can, some of you we can enjoy and others we can hang stuff on you. So just go ahead, hashtag create in there. Philip jumped to the spot right immediately. He heard the word. No.
He heard 6. He thought he heard the other one, but it was 6. No.
But Philip should know better than that. He's on this side of the ditch. Leave guys like Malcolm out there. Yeah.
Look at all these creators. Nice.
This is awesome. Like seeing the creators come in there. So who have we got? I'll just run through them very quickly. We've got Q's, obviously. We've got Griswolds. We've got Rally Creative with Blaine, us and more. Yay for the 6 Traveling Shorts. Guys, if you can, find their link. Hey, the Shorts, do us a favor, plug your link in so we can send everybody to it. That'd be great. Dewey is there. Oh, yeah, Griswold saying to somebody they got a nice hat on. I don't know who that is. Larry at Plum Travelers. Mate, you got to get live. Actually, I'm happy to see that you had 2,500 views on your channel. So great to see that. But we need to see you do some more lives. Larry at Plum Travelers. Oh, God, I let that slip.
Hashtag the Trivia King. Nice.
How did I let that? Life is good today, are saying creators, and they had a reasonable life today, I think.
Woo!
Yeah. Woo!
You sure it wasn't unreasonable?
Well, I was thinking about some of the comments that came from me that were unreasonable, you know. Jay, aka the Ranch Bowen. Wait, I thought after the other day it was now the 7 Traveling Shorts. I wonder who's. Yeah, okay. Nurse Nancy is a creator and a hashtag fan. Thank you for that. Daniel Field, commentator, sometimes funny or thinks he's funny.
He's funny and very smart.
He's pretty funny.
He's very smart. Man.
Well, sometimes he thinks he's smart.
I know he's smart.
Sailing away with TNK. Yeah, all right, we'll let you in. Sailing Away are another one of our partner channels. So there are 5 of us, plus one more of Heather's, which I'm sorry, I don't remember. But it's Sailing Away with TNK, us and more, Midlife Crazy, the Q's Cruises, and ourselves. We're the main partners in this happy merriment of a live stream. Hey, Q's, tell us, how did you guys meet?
Oh, boy. Well, I actually didn't like him. We worked together.
Back in 2003, we worked together for a couple of years.
Yeah, and I didn't like him. And I don't know, he kind of grew on me. That's the short of it.
Like a fungus?
How'd he grow on you?
Seriously.
Or did he grow in just the right places?
It's such a long story. Maybe we'll make that like one of our lives someday, something to talk about. But it's a really long story. We worked together. We actually have boys that are 5 weeks apart. So we actually, his ex-wife and I were pregnant at the same time. We all knew each other. It was all, whatever. And then they needed a sitter for their son. So he ended up coming to my son's sitter, and he ended up going to work somewhere else. And I don't know, I think he ended up getting divorced and I ended up getting divorced. And then we saw each other at the sitter and he kept asking me out. And I'm like, nope.
I wore her down.
Yep, he did.
That's what Daniel said. Nurse Nancy wants to know if you like him now, though.
I love him now, yeah.
There you go.
Most of the time.
That's a good thing. At least it keeps the peace going, right?
Yeah,
what do you guys do outside of cruising?
What's that?
What do you guys do outside of cruising?
We have 3 kids. Bob has a soon-to-be 21-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old son, and I have a 16-year-old son. Our sons are 5 weeks apart, and they keep us very, very busy. I'm very involved in school, at the kids' school. I run the snack shack at the school. I'm on the booster board, all that stuff. And Bob usually travels every week for work, so it's typically me and the kids. So it's been nice having him around. And we both work for our local, actually it's a national cable company. So we both work for the same company.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we're hoping to win the lottery, right?
Woo!
We have to play to win. We don't play.
Yeah. It's a
you and I both. But what I'm going to suggest is you should actually play the Aussie lottery. Okay, the winnings are not as much as you guys, but we don't pay tax.
We pay a lot of taxes in New York.
Midlife, what do you guys do outside of cruise channels?
The dishes. No.
Yes.
Well, Lonnie does dishes, so you should have him come to your house.
I heard. He cleans the house. Actually, Sean, we have our YouTube channel, which takes a lot of time. If you're a creator, you know that it takes a lot of time, especially, Brad, he's so involved with the graphics and whatnot and getting used to all these different platforms to do that. But between the two of us, we have 5 children. Well, there we go. There's partners. Can they see that? Can you guys see that? Okay.
We're trying not to. I mean,
yeah. But look at the smoke. Okay. But between the two of us, we have 5 kids, and all of our children are out of the house and grown.
Yes.
Yay.
Party.
So we both have very busy jobs, and that's basically what we do. And we cruise, and we're Marco Polo. Oh my gosh. If any of you are on Marco Polo, that's insane, you guys.
It's crazy.
And then being part of the messaging back and forth with our support, like, what do we call it again? Our group. What's our group
well,
called?
we've got the fantastic six, whatever it is now, 6 or 7.
Yep. So that's a lot of work.
We've got the trivia messenger going. So it's trying to keep up with all the social media, and then also I have 2 full-time jobs. Mm-hmm. So I have my full-time job that makes money, and then my full-time job that loses money.
And that's YouTube, by the way. YouTube. So, but that's okay with us, because we were looking for a creative outlet to do something that kept us busy, and this just worked out for us. So we're enjoying it.
Yeah, we liked it.
The community and the people are just
that's been the best part.
We love everyone. It's so much fun.
All the people we got to meet, and we never started this as a financial gain kind of thing. It was never that. So generally, if we get money, people super chat or whatever, it just goes straight back in, and we give away shirts and masks and the shot glasses that'll be coming next month. We have Midlife Crazy shot glasses, so we'll give a bunch of those away. Oh, that's just that's what we like. That's what we like doing. It's not a money making venture.
Just going back into the chat for a second, I notice Sean and Casey have come on board. So g'day, mate.
Hey, Sean and Casey.
Hi, Sean and Casey.
Hi.
We're trying to teach Sean and Casey how to speak Australian, but it's really, really hard. I mean, getting over the fact that you guys say y'all all the time, and you guys cut off letters to spell like color, COLOR, not OUR. It's really hard.
I'm like, speak Australian. Is that a foreign language? I mean, it's
So I was having a discussion. I'll put the word discussion in inverted commas with Dwight earlier on from Us and More.
I saw that.
Talking about us driving on the wrong side of the road. And I said, well, the biggest issue is we're on the correct side of the road. You guys had to fight to get onto the other side of the road. But more importantly, you don't speak the Queen's English like we do as well. So, there's some good things and bad things going on.
Hey, and just think of it. We're the only country in the world that still uses the imperial measurement system, while the rest of the world has gone metric.
Yeah.
We're way too good for that metric, even though the rest of the world's doing it.
Yeah, go for it. Nancy's eyes went up when you said shot glasses.
Shot glasses.
Yes, they are coming in September.
Or as they say in Massachusetts, shots.
Shots.
And Us and More have gone, no, it's got to be Heather. I need a shot glass.
Can you imagine the pictures we're going to get on our Facebook with the shot glasses?
Absolutely. And Janice Pattis has just come on board, so welcome.
Hi.
Nice to see you, Janice Pattis. Now, let's see. I'm just having a quick look here. Oh, yeah, Sean and KC wants to do the old Aussie trick and throw a shrimp on the barbie. In Australia, we don't. Yeah, it would have to be KC in this case. Yeah, who's got the lingo. But let me say, we don't have shrimps in Oz. We'll throw a prawn on the barbie, and we'll do it when you guys are busy freezing in the middle of Christmas or New Year, right? We'll be out drinking our stubbies and having fun.
We're drinking ours right now while you're freezing.
Yeah, that's right.
And the good thing is for us, Sean, is we live in Southern California, so Christmas is never freezing.
We're swimming at Christmas.
Sometimes we're swimming.
Well, we're trying to swim to stay cool.
Not us, but I am supporting my Hodad shirt.
Good on you.
You ever been to Hodad's? San Diego? No.
No.
They were there.
Hodad's? Sounds like a club Steph McNaughty might want to get involved in.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
Who's got a cruise booked?
Restaurant on the beach.
What was that, Sean?
Who's got a cruise booked?
Always be booked, man.
Always be booked.
And where's it going?
We've got, let me see, we've got December if it goes.
Yep.
Right? We've got December. We've got a back-to-back in February. We've got...
We just added Princess in April.
We've got the Mardi Gras in May. And then we've got a 15-day Hawaiian that is scheduled for October of next year. And then we've also got the Celebration in March of 2022.
Wow.
I want to do
You guys are busy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's what we do.
That's what we do. That's what we work for.
That's what we love.
So we need to get our kids out of the house so we can cruise more.
Yeah, a couple more years. We try to cruise twice a year.
I told you guys, you know what? Take them to Mexico with you. They pay good money for young, strong children down there.
Yeah, and we're done paying for college.
We got rid of a couple of ours that way.
Well, I know the feeling, guys. We had our dishwasher move out last week, so that's unfortunately it's now me doing the dishes. But hey,
that's good, Sean.
You're doing the dishes.
Well, we're empty nesters now, so that makes life a lot easier.
Yes.
I did throw that question in when you're cruising next because, as you guys know, there's wind afoot that something's going to be happening in round about July of 2022.
Oh, yes, we heard. We have to look. Yeah,
it would be us, yourselves, Us and More, Sailing Away with TNK, who'd I forget? The whole partnership, all coming together to do something, going somewhere. Sometime, round about the July issue, and looking so forward to being there and meeting you guys in person. Because that way I can, instead of putting my hand straight down the camera, I'd actually get a hand coming back and we would be able to shake hands.
Hopefully we can all shake hands by then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I heard that this might be your first trip to the States. Is that correct?
Yeah, it will be.
Nice.
I've got family living in the US. I've got a cousin and some other family living in Florida, and some family living up in Boston, and another member of family living in where are they? Pittsburgh, around that area. So definitely looking forward to coming across the pond and meeting up with you guys. Like I keep on saying, you keep on complaining about coming to our end of the world. It's actually much cheaper for you to come here than it is for us to go to you. And that might sound stupid, but when you're using US dollars go a lot further than Aussie dollars. So you guys might want to think of coming and doing a group cruise down here too at some point.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing like that South Pacific, Australia, South Pacific, like 20-something day cruise. I don't know, it's a 21-day cruise.
Yeah, that's it's a 12-night cruise doing Melbourne, Sydney. It's a 13-night doing Melbourne, South Pacific. Sorry, 12 nights doing Melbourne, New Zealand. 13 nights doing Melbourne, South Pacific. And when you throw the whole measure in, you're looking at about 20-odd days. It's awesome. That's the problem with Australia. There's not a lot of short trips. Like you guys have got 4 and 5 and 6 nights. We don't have much of that. And everything is so close and handy.
Well, if I was going to come to Australia, I certainly wouldn't want to take a week-long cruise.
No.
So for us, the plan is we'll be coming there. We'll do the group cruise. We will make sure that everybody will be wearing the Down Under Cruisers T-shirts, right? Okay.
Yes.
The thumbs up from McNaughty tells me.
Where's McNaughty? I don't see McNaughty.
He'll bring it up later. Yeah. So us being there, we will actually be looking at staying close to a month, probably, so that we can get around and see. We could only but afford one trip, right? So one cruise. No, everybody. We're not going to cruise with the whole shoot, bang, match, whatever you want to call it. But we will be spending as much time as we can with you guys. So that's the plan. If the gods out there say it's good, and we want everybody to join us on the cruise. Would you agree if we can get a whole lot of midlife crazy people and a whole lot of cruises people on board? And I know us and Maura got 1 or 2. So we're going to try and get our crew across. And
you love giving them a hard time, don't you, Sean?
Yeah, I know. I like stressing. July 2022 is the month we're looking at. So anybody want to come across, join us.
Yeah, and if the crazy part of the crazy crew's coming, they better double the alcohol. They better load twice as much.
Well, I'm going to ask the favor. Can we not drink them out of alcohol on the first night?
Why not?
We'll try not to. Well,
no guarantees. No guarantees.
Look, they know. Like, we're headed to Mexico in 12 days.
Oh yeah.
My gosh. With Bill and Lucy and Jane Michelle Bowen, and I got a email from the Mexican government yesterday that said, "Don't worry, we're doubling tequila production."
Oh my gosh.
Where are they getting the tequila from? Puerto Rico or somewhere further south? Maybe even.
Oh, no, it's right in Mexico.
It's right in Mexico.
Right in Mexico.
Oh, that's all right then.
Patron.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we tried Patron. Oh, no.
You didn't like it?
Was bad. No.
My favorite is Cabo Wabo tequila. That's one of my favorites. That's,
no, the video that we need to get you guys is him on Patron. No.
Well, Philip has decided he's going to join us, so that'll be a start. At least one.
Bob, how was that Patron? Was it good?
I was drinking mixers. I don't think I was. Well, we did do a shot of Patron.
Yeah, those people brought 2 bottles of Patron, and they're like, "Here you go." We're like,
"Oh,
okay."
that's right. That was
terrible.
Bob doesn't even remember. It must have been a good night.
It was. I mean, Jay had a good night too. He ended up being a speed bump. Jenner's, look at that.
Drink package is
Sean
very
highlighted
important.
it. Yeah. You're right on target, man. We get the drink package no matter what.
Yep.
No matter what.
Larry was saying, just working on our anniversary trip to Mexico in 2021. Well, guess what, Larry? You'll just have to join us on the group cruise.
Yeah.
Larry, where are you going in Mexico?
Arsenal Janice Pat is saying yes.
Of course.
Well,
look, you get coffee with the drink packets too, if that matters.
Yeah, you do get coffee and like Powerade or Gatorade, or so when you can hydrate yourself as well.
Yeah.
That coffee the next morning is important.
Larry has answered your question on Playa del Carmen.
Nice. That's in and around where we're going to be.
Daniel Field says, tip, bring little 2 to 3 ounce bottles for the flight on your carry-ons. They don't stop you, and it's cheap if you have a long flight.
So Daniel, you did that down to Cabo, and they didn't stop you because we're having this debate back and forth about that. So if
not that they'll stop us from bringing it on, that they'll stop us.
That's from drinking it when we're on. So
because we've got a long flight to Cancun
and a layover in Houston.
Now, Hughes, I think it was you guys said that you'd gone on a princess ship.
Mm-hmm.
Which was that?
It was a Star because it had to be for the Cowboys,
Woo! Cowboys fans! Yes!
Oh my God, my dog named Cowboys. Yes. Dallas.
Okay.
Somewhere. Yeah. So in 2009, our relationship was fairly new, and my family went on a cruise, and so we went, and we had a really good time. It was our first cruise. Since then, we did an all-inclusive at Dreams in Punta which was really nice. We kind of weighed back and forth. We did another cruise, and I think cruising is where it's at for us. We're definitely cruisers.
Here's Dallas.
Where did that cruise go? Oh, cute. Can I have the dog?
Wait, I forget.
Yeah, I know the
backwards.
camera's backwards. It messes you up.
Say hi, Dallas.
I miss my dogs. Oh well. Next time I'll keep on telling the boss.
Poor girl's name's Dallas. She didn't have a prayer.
Sarah, that's funny because I worked with a lady and her name was Dallas.
Her name was Dallas.
Yep.
Yeah.
So where was that cruise on the Princess Star?
Oh well, where did we go? We flew to Fort Lauderdale, and then we went to
St. Martin, St. Thomas, Turks and Caicos. It was in Bahamas. It was
awesome.
It was amazing. I loved Megan's Bay and St. Thomas. I loved the jewelry in St. Martin. I loved Margaritaville and Grand Turk. I loved it all. Loved the whole thing.
Awesome.
And I was like, okay, I'll do cruising instead of, because I really like the all-inclusive. So
yeah.
But I was like,
that's what we like about cruising too.
Yeah.
You include everything, and it's all fun. Darian, welcome aboard, Darian. I didn't see you pop in there, bud.
Hi, Darian.
Darian has asked, has anyone ever considered going on a river cruise through Germany? We did consider it. The problem is we're using Aussie dollars, and you need to own a bank in order to get on to a river cruise there. So unless somebody's got a much more sneaky way of us getting in and doing stuff. But right now we can't get out of our borders anyway. So what the hell?
Yeah. Did you see what he wrote?
We can get out of our borders. There's just not too many countries that will have us.
Daniel says, although it means to pick up on them Cowboys, they have won a division title over 10 years. We should be nice. Daniel.
Let's feel for Daniel because Daniel's a Rams fan.
He's
so
a Rams
poor
fan.
Daniel. He's just misguided.
It's
What are we
okay.
talking about? Football, are we?
American football.
American football.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Interesting game.
Yes, Griswold, we are big Carmelo Anthony fans. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, well, we were.
Well, we don't really follow NBA.
Yeah, we're not NBA people, but
he's
yes,
still
when he
playing.
was playing for here, yes, 100%.
It was exciting.
Yeah.
That was back in 2003.
What I don't get is how come does the game take 3 million years to play.
Oh, Carmelo Anthony is a basketball player. That basketball doesn't take 3 million years. I don't think.
Football does, though.
Football takes a while.
Good 3 hours plus, generally.
Yeah.
It's because of the penalties, because people can't.
They just stop the clock all the time.
Come on.
People can't obey the rules.
Right.
Sounds like Aussie rules football.
I love Aussie rules football.
I'm going to get into trouble with all the Aussies here. I'm a rugby fan. I'm not an Aussie rules fan. To me, it's aerial ping pong. At least with gridiron, you guys actually get in there. You get in there and you play the game. This
They beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah, well.
They beat the crap out of each other, too.
Yeah, but this time we don't use the cover, the protection.
No.
And then people ask, why don't you have a neck? It's because I played rugby. So did you play, Bob?
Did I play in high school? I played sports, but not since then. That's been a couple of years now.
What about you,
Just
Brad?
A couple.
Been a while.
She wants
Yeah,
you.
she's scratching at me.
She wants Bob.
Go on.
He's a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Every time I see a dog that can fit on your lap, I think of my 3. Oh well, another time.
Dallas might be a little camera shy.
Yeah,
she shakes a lot. She actually has a neck injury. She sprained a muscle in her neck, so she hasn't been feeling very well. So she's been clinging to Dad a lot.
Darian has said so far he has his flight planned for Germany in a little bit. He may have to reschedule and he's holding on to his ears. Well, let me say, hold on, because bad news, folks. Cruising in Australia the pause has been extended out through to December. So the chance of it being extended out to January is pretty good. So we're not going anywhere for a while, not in Australia anyway.
I don't think we're going anywhere here for a while either.
No.
I mean, none of the cruise line. Carnival says December the 15th, but realistically, if you look at realistically, how are they going to let people back on cruise ships, especially in our country? Because, here we've got half the people that don't want to follow rules and don't want to try to, it's crazy. I mean, I was just at the doctor this week and I was talking to her and I was saying, well, how's the COVID case? She said, well, they're calmed down. She said, but 3 weeks after Memorial Day, they were just inundated because all the people went out to like Memorial Day barbecues and parties and were like not trying to even, stay apart from each other. So
what do you think of the Grandioso doing its trip around Europe?
It looks so far so good. I mean, they did it.
They just had. I saw that they had one gentleman that tested positive before he got on, so his whole party weren't allowed on, and they came back and they tested when they got back, and everybody was fine.
Everybody was fine. So
that's good news. But it's different in Europe. It's different, Sean, in Europe.
Yeah, they've actually, the governments in Europe really stepped in and mandated a lot of safety protocol from the federal level, where here our federal level they've kind of left it up to states to kind of do it. Each state's doing something a little bit different, and some are harsher than others, and so there's been no coordinated really effort here. So on any kind of like federal government level, they've left it up to the states and the governors to kind of make the rules.
Yeah.
So in Australia and New Zealand, the governments have stepped in, the federal governments. Particularly with Australia, federal government has a lockdown on the outer borders. Each state here is responsible for its own, and our state has had a flare-up. Our state has gone into total lockdown because we had something like 700 cases at one point. And now we're down to the last I heard was about 213 a day. In New Zealand, the city of Auckland shut down because 4 people were the first to get. So they locked everything down, and they seem to have got the right ticket, I think.
Yes.
New Zealand.
Oh, maybe the cat's here. Sorry, Sean.
She's been here for a while.
Sorry, Sean.
Listen, if we've got a dog on one side, we can have the cat on the other.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got my kangaroo and my kiwi bird here in the background. So, the only thing we haven't got is the koala. So that's okay.
You got to put one in there, Sean. You got to put one in.
No, you see, the New Zealanders would get upset because there'd be too much Aussie stuff in there. So I think this is just a fair balance.
You had to either go with a kangaroo or a koala, right?
Well, it had to be either or, not both. I know
it's got to be politically correct.
That's right.
Don't talk to me about political correctness, right? Oh. Larry Plum Travellers would be really upset because he wants koalas, but sailing away, us and Maura bringing this up again. The bloody chicken nugget bird.
It looks like a chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget with legs.
Oh my God,
the Kiwis are absolutely upset about that. You cannot say that. OMG.
Just put a little barbecue sauce on it.
Dwight just made a great point. He said 700 cases a day in Florida would be a great day.
Yeah, I know.
Florida and Texas have been like crazy. My company's expanding into we're expanding into Texas, and the whole plan was to, have quote boots on the ground in Texas, and we can't put anybody like physically into Texas because of the Mambo number 19 is so like prevalent there. So
that's our code word.
Mambo number. Yeah, you don't want to say the C word. The C word will get you in trouble with YouTube.
It's totally illegal. Look, we have an interesting state of affairs. We've got states where cities border the state. So on the one side, like for example, the New South Wales Victoria border. So up near where Anissa is, there's a town there called Albury. One side is called Albury, the other side is called Wodonga. Now, if you're on the Albury side, which is New South Wales, you can come down into Victoria, but you can't go back into New South Wales because you can come across, if you're a medic or whatever, you've got a medical issue, you go down and see the hospital there. But if you want to come back across the border, they want to lock you up for 2 weeks in quarantine. So some things are a bit crazy. But having said that, I still think, I don't know about you guys, but I'd be quite happy getting on a cruise ship, doing my distancing, but wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In certain circumstances, I mean, I wouldn't want to wear a mask.
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I would, obviously in the inner part of the ship, and they would have to like lounge chairs would have to be like spaced out on the pool deck. But I mean, for us, it's become part of like everyday life now, right? It's for wearing a mask. It's just, used to see the pictures in China where they always wear masks and be like, man, how do they wear a mask like all day? Everywhere they go. But now it's just part of our everyday life. When we go to a supermarket or wherever we're going, you put a mask on and,
Look at Daniel Field said 700 cases of beer. That's my kind of virus, Daniel.
That's right. I've had coronavirus before. I drank like a case of Corona one night. Next morning, I had the coronavirus.
Did you have that intravenously fed?
I would if I could. I would if I could. So, but you know what? Eventually we'll get through it, and we'll look back like 5 years from now and go, God, remember 2020?
Sarah, Bob, is that a dog or is it a cat? Because it looks like
it's a dog. But she acts like a cat.
Yes, she does.
She's cute. I like her.
She is cute.
I'm really envious.
Is that the only dog you have?
Yes.
Says every time he goes to the grocery store and sees chicken nuggets, he thinks of the kiwi bird. Thanks, Heather. Was it great for chicken nuggets? Yeah. Okay. Let's pick on the poor kiwi bird. We've got Cheryl Edwards in there. Welcome aboard, Cheryl.
Hi,
Hey,
Cheryl.
Cheryl Edwards.
Sweetie, hi. 2020 hindsight, nice.
Yep. Philip.
I was smoking, so I
Sailing away with TNK. I'm assuming this is TJ. Been wearing a mask since March. It's normal for him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just become kind of normal life.
That's what we do. We adapt. So
absolutely.
Can I ask a question to anybody that does have kids that, like in the South, I know you guys have gone back to school. Our kids haven't gone back to school yet. How are they doing with wearing masks on the days that they go in? Just curious.
I don't know. We don't have kids in school, so.
No, I'm just asking to be in the chat, you know.
Sarah, my daughter is a high school teacher in New York, in Manhattan. And they're not sure. Yeah. And they're not sure if they're going back yet. So she's still unsure of what's going on.
Yeah, the teachers are putting up a big fight about going to do physical teaching in classroom teaching because here in California, our governor is like, nope, kids aren't going back to school until I think it's absolutely safe.
So. Yeah, our cases are really low here now, so I don't know. Hopefully, the worst of it's over.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, the problem is they sent kids back to school in some states, and then like 2 days later, there was 130 positive cases in the high school. Oh. And then they bring that home to the parents and the grandparents and the teachers, and so I think that's the risk that it's not so much. Look, most high school kids are going to get it; they're going to survive, right? Most of them they're going to be fine. It's when they bring it to like their grandparents or somebody that's at a higher risk.
I think Danny at Griswold's Family Vacay said it right. We probably all have had it, just don't. So half of us don't even know it. Brad thinks he had it.
I think I had it in February. I was sick I was terribly sick for 2 weeks.
My whole family was sick in February. So.
No taste, no anything. So I might have already had it, and I guess that would have been a mild case because I wasn't like bedridden, but I ran a fever for days and couldn't taste anything.
Oh,
so he probably got it.
Yeah.
I didn't get nothing. I didn't get anything. So.
Did you get tested for the antibodies then?
Yeah, I did get tested for the antibodies, and they lost the test.
I'm just interrupting and going into the chat for a minute. Tommy Dodson, nice to see you on board. I think it's the first time you've hit our channel. He says our grandkids hate it, but are getting used to it. They're doing 5 days a week.
Oh, my kids are only doing 2 and then 3 remote. So it's a hybrid. So half the school goes in on Monday, Tuesday. They clean the school on Wednesday, and then the other half go Thursday, Friday. But we have a really small school district too. So we'll see.
Daniel Fields, his wife's daughter's students are all online. Mm-hmm. In Australia, the way it works is you have to keep your kids at home, and they do distance learning via Zoom. However, if you are a parent and need to go into work, you need a letter that informs the school as to why you're letting your kids go to school.
Interesting.
So the school's operating.
That's the tough one, right? For the parents that have to work and can't be at home with their kids, there's what options do you have at that point other than to have to send them to school? Because, in my experience with children, to leave children unattended and say, hey, do your schoolwork.
Doesn't get done.
It generally won't get done.
And if you're not a teacher, how the hell can you sit and homeschool if you are not educated in that format? Like I know Heather does from Us and More does homeschooling, and she's kind of got it switched on. She knows what she's doing. But most people, their normal day-to-day life is going out there and driving a bus or driving a this or doing that, and then they've got to teach their kids. How the hell do they do that?
Well, I couldn't. Have you seen some of the stuff that kids come home with today? Like that they want.
Like what?
That they want. What? It's like, what is this? That's not how you do math.
No,
the way they teach. Yeah, the way they teach them how to do math today versus the way they taught us to do math when we went to school in the 70s and 80s
and 60s.
Well, Sean, you're dating yourself there.
Yeah.
I am an AF.
Yeah. So it's just completely different the way they especially math. I'm like,
Yep. Well, the funniest thing is going into a supermarket or a shop wherever, and they say, "Here we go. It costs X number of dollars." You hand over Y dollars, and they can't figure out the change. You tell them what the change is, but the cash register's got to tell them what the change is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like spelling. You have spell check now. Who
needs to learn how to spell anymore? I don't know how it is.
You got to know how to, the first couple letters and then read it.
Like here in California, the schools in California no longer teach cursive writing in school anymore. Yeah, they don't teach because they just don't need it anymore. They don't need so there's going to be a generation of children that have no idea how to write in cursive, or probably not even read in cursive, which is
sad. This is what Danny says. Danny says teach from the classrooms virtually.
Yeah, that's kind of what my daughter says New York's leaning towards. Yeah.
He's teaching from the classrooms virtually.
Dwight is saying kids are supposed to go back to school this week.
Okay.
Sailing Away says Kayla said her students are better with masks than most adults. That would be interesting.
I believe it. I believe it. Kids are great at adapting. It's just making sure they keep their hands clean and sanitized and kind of stay away from each other. That's the hard part.
Yep. Daniel Field says this oddity has reintroduced the one parent at home family. I don't know if our economy can survive that. That's an interesting thought. TJ was saying that Kayla has half in class, half at home, and uses
Google Meet.
That's what they're going to be doing here. Yep.
Daniel is saying he was born in 1968.
Me too.
Bit older than that, folks. Sorry about that. Blaine is saying, Daniel, it has shown many that remote working may seem more now than ever.
I think that's the trend you're going to see is more a remote workplace, if possible.
Yeah, I think companies have learned. There's some good parts of it and bad parts of it. But I think companies, major corporations and any company for that matter, has learned that unfortunately they can probably function with less people and be just as effective. Because they had a lot of furloughs. A lot of people got furloughed here from their jobs, and they furlough 600 people. They're not bringing all 600 people back at once. They're kind of bringing them back slowly. And I think they're finding that, hey, we could do away with a couple hundred people and still get the job done.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help. And, in my business, we're a completely online company anyway, right? So everything we do, we have thrived at this time. Our company we doubled our business in 3 months.
That's awesome.
That's
right.
great.
Because but I would gladly give up all the financial gain to go back to normal life. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Us and more. Heather says her kids can budget, work with money, taxes, filling out and understanding types of insurance papers and credit forms because she teaches the real life skills.
And how many times have we said that that's what needs to be taught in school, at least high school, before you leave?
Kids don't know how to write a check nowadays.
They need to know what a mortgage is and how to save.
But that's good to know your kids can do taxes, Heather. We'll send our taxes to them.
Hang on a minute. Brad, you mentioned a word. Your kids know how to do what? Write a what?
I said kids nowadays don't know how to write a check.
Oh, sure.
When I was
wondering what that last word you just said is.
Check. Yeah, because when we were in high school, we had to take this class. It was mandatory called Senior Consumer Skills.
Yes.
And they taught you how to write checks and all that. They don't teach them that anymore.
It was a silly class.
But it was required.
Yeah, okay. Dwight says, remember when the teacher would tell us we would not have calculators in real life?
Yeah.
Was it the guy? There was the guy who set up IBM also said that there would only be a worldwide market for 5 computers.
Oh. There's a lot of people that say they don't write checks. The only check we write to is to our housekeepers. That's it.
That's the only check. Everything else is
online.
Is online.
Yeah.
And that soon's going to be like Zelle or Venmo.
Venmo, yeah, we Venmoers.
Yeah, they take our housekeepers take Venmo.
Oh, good. I didn't know that.
Well, I just wanted to say welcome to Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Oh, there's John. There's John from J&N Travels. Hey, John.
I'll catch up with him later because he always wants a time check. But can't he just look at his watch and work it out? Cheryl is saying, have not written a check all this year at all. I haven't written a check in the last.
How many checks do you write? Right, maybe 3.
Oh, you know what? We write them for stuff for like school, like a spirit sale or something like that. But usually we can PayPal it, but we really don't.
He's done it again.
10:58.
Yeah, at 12:58 here. So, goodness me. Tommy says work from home is viable, but it will come at a huge cost to the commercial real estate business. A lot of empty office space in our downtown area. Funnily enough, you say that, Tommy, but you know what? Truth of the matter is we're trying to find some decent space for us because we teach first aid. So we have a training organization, first aid and a few other bits and pieces. Trying to find decent space for us at a reasonable rate is like nigh impossible at the moment. Don't know why landlords want to have the world at their, it's a bucket load of money to put out for property.
Well, that's funny you say that, Sean, because I work for an architectural and design firm.
Yeah.
And we are very, very much involved with commercial real estate. And we're seeing that trend is happening. So people are working from home more, and the need for commercial space is diminished. Yeah. So I think we're going to see a little bit of a reinvention on how our workforce works. From this whole thing, I think that's what we're going to see. And we'll have to wait and see how it shakes out.
So we work for an internet provider here, a large one, and they actually are forcing us to go back into the office. So we have over 90, what are we at? Like 90,000 employees. And they're like, yeah, no, you guys got to go back. They're doing this. You're on team A or team B. And so team A goes for 2 weeks and then goes home for 2 weeks. And then team B comes in on the 2 weeks that team A is home kind of thing. So, it is what it is, but our company, I don't know. They're very antiquated. They don't believe in working from home.
Is it Cox Enterprises?
No.
Oh.
It's one of those though.
Yeah. Don't say the name of the company.
We just got to guess. She can nod.
So it's a large cable company. It's not Cox though. Spectrum.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Spectrum's our internet provider here because they have 1 gig. They have 1 gig internet. They're the only company that has 1 gig internet. So
everybody loves us right now.
1 gig internet. We had 300 meg before, which was pretty fast. I mean, 300 meg's pretty fast, but 1 gig.
Oh yeah, especially with
put Netflix on. It doesn't even load. It just goes boom. Can't even see it load.
Don't talk to me about the internet here.
Sorry, Sean.
The Australian government, in their wisdom about, actually, we have a program here called the NBN, and the NBN was created by the then Prime Minister and the then Minister for Telecommunications. A drawing was put out on a beer coaster, and they rolled out a multi-billion-dollar business.
Well, Sean, sometimes it works out because for my company, it was drawn out on a Starbucks napkin, right? That was the idea. It was drawn out on a Starbucks napkin, and now we have grown to. We're probably going to do
20 million.
40
million.
We're probably going to do $40 million this year, and So
and that was how many years ago? 10 years ago?
And that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're going to do 4. So sometimes those beer coaster and napkin ideas work out.
Yeah, but it depends on what you're drinking at the time.
That's true.
Yeah, it was
Coffee.
Well, in your case, it would have worked then on the coffee. So,
Coffee.
As Jenny at Lolita Loca would say, coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. Coffee.
Where's the W?
There is none.
There is
What were we
none.
talking about last week?
Sausage?
Oh, sausage.
Sausage.
Ooh.
Got some sausage.
Okay. All right. Let's get on with that. All right. Let me have a look. Daniel Field says, "Can you talk about the graphic behind you?" Yeah, definitely I can. The graphic behind me has a number of Aussie and Kiwi. I can't bring it up as an individual. Yeah, okay. So let me explain. What we've got there is in the center we've got the didgeridoo, and then at the bottom we've got the boomerang. We have the on the what I'm looking at is my right hand side. There's the kangaroo, and then on the other side is the kiwi bird. So it's designed to introduce both the Aussies and the Kiwis all in one item. So that's the answer to the question. Is it missing an item? That would depend. If your name was Larry at Plum Travelers, it would be missing. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's missing one of those little sauce packets next to the bird from McDonald's.
You know what it's missing is it's missing some Vegemite.
Vegemite. There you go.
That's what it's missing. It's missing some Vegemite.
Excellent.
Uh-oh.
He froze.
Sean, you froze.
You froze, Sean.
Yeah.
It seems you're back.
Yep. It seems that the NBN has got in on our discussion here. So.
Yes, apparently they
heard you.
Yeah, no. We actually do not like the axle grease that you were talking about before.
Oh, that stuff is nasty. Okay. It is. When I was in Australia, I had Vegemite, man, and I was just like, ooh, how do you? It tastes. I can't even compare what it tastes like. It was just salty and ooh.
Do you know where it comes from? Do you know where it's made?
In a sewer?
Close. It is actually the leftovers of making beer.
Oh.
It's
terrible.
It's the waste of beer.
Correct.
It's beer poop.
When I was there, somebody told me it was Australian peanut butter. That's what they said. It's Australian peanut butter. I'm like, oh, that ain't no Australian. Ugh.
Yeah. No, it's poison. I call it axle grease. But if you talk to Anissa, it's the best thing since sliced bread, and you can't be an Aussie if you don't enjoy it.
She's got pink hair.
Yeah. Oh no. So let me put it to you this way: there are Aussies, and then there are Aussies.
Yeah. Here, and there's Americans, and then there's Americans.
Yeah. Right. Folks, we've been running it over the hour, so it's time we called it quits. I want to thank you all for coming on board. I'm so looking forward to our relationship as partner channels, but more importantly, us being on the group cruise, that will be absolutely fantastic. So thank you for coming on board, Cruisers.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, and we look forward to having more stuff around the traps with you guys. Take care. And to Midlife Crazy, guys, you guys are crazy.
Just a little.
We were calm tonight.
We were calm tonight, Sean.
Tonight was good.
And I purposefully tried to ignore the sex so that McNaughty wouldn't come on scene.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much.
Do the dishes often.
Oh,
pineapple's good for the soul.
Do the dishes off. That should be the new Down Under Cruisers tagline. Do the dishes daily, and pineapple is good for the soul.
Yeah, But we're thinking about that one. Thinking about it.
There you go. Tell Ilana to feel better.
I will. Thank you so much. And you guys have an awesome evening.
All right,
and
Sean.
you have a good afternoon.
You have a good afternoon.
Bye, everyone. Bye, puppy.
Thanks,
Bye,
Sean.
Bye, everybody.
And to the rest of you guys, thank you for joining us again. Next week, hopefully, we shall have Ilana back in the driver's seat with me. And so, wish you guys an awesome week. Take care. Have fun. Keep smiling. Bye for now.